Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a bunch of new knives. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get through all of them, but let's get right into it so I can try. The first TacRay knife I ever picked up, I'm pretty sure, was the Thai Framelock that they put out. And I don't know if they branded this themselves or are they also knock knives. I'm not too sure. But this was the first time I kind of experienced TacRay, besides their folding kitchen knife, that Behemoth. Then recently they put out the TacRay Tarcus, and it's almost like a budget version of the Thai Framelock. They love their interesting blade designs like this, but both of these are incredibly slicey blades. This right here is one of their new premium offerings, the TacRay Tiran. It's a super streamlined, thin EDC knife with black tie scales, tons of milling, mill tie, pocket clip that is reversible. Great action, and check that blade out. Kind of that same theme as the Tarcus, just crazy lines there. This one has a DLC coated ZDP 189 laminated blade. You can see the lamination line right there. Now my only concern is whenever I see these laminated blades, I prefer to see a lot more exposed blade than that. I mean, especially look back here. So I don't know, whenever you get to the actual line, I don't know what, if that's going to cause an issue with the ZDP that's in the sandwich in the middle. It'll have to be something I see later on down the road. Feels pretty good. You can kind of choke up because of the flat spot. It's got a very smooth button lock. Just that little tad bit of audible stick, nothing crazy, something that I like to see. Just kind of gives me confidence that this button lock is locked up securely. And I'll be doing all my normal testing with this one and do a full review on it as well. They have one other premium knife that they released whenever this one came out, but this one kind of appealed to me a little bit more because I think the other one's a front flipper only, if I remember correctly. One thing I know for sure is this thing came stupid sharp out of box. I mean, ridiculously sharp. If any of y'all caught my shard on this one, you know what I mean. There's hardly no sound whenever I cut through the phone book paper. So stay tuned for this one, and let me know what y'all think about this one. Any of the knives that you see in this video that are available, they will all be linked down below in the description. Number two's got to be the best Tenable knife of the year, and that is their new Tenable Fenrir top liner lock. This one has black wash nitro V blade. You got that like dragon scaled texture milled into the aluminum. It's the perfect amount of grip. They did a great job of softening all these edges. Deep carried clip that is swappable. And of course that super smooth top liner lock action. Pretty much just like Vosti does it up there. So very cool that they're now offering that. And yeah, I think this one's going to be just stupid popular for them. I go back and forth between this one and the crossbar lock. I like both of them. I love the Fenrir. It's always been a favorite of mine just because of the nice, unique nature, and the versatility of that blade is just amazing. They also have a Damascus, I think it's a VG10 core Damascus blade with some smooth aluminum. Now this aluminum is pretty slick, so it just depends on your use cases. I don't think it's slick enough to come flying out of my hands or anything, but there's no texture on this one, so if you're worried about that, get one of the textured aluminum versions. Pretty sure they're both under $100, and I think it's a great deal for everything you're getting here. We got a new offering from FerraMonster. That is the new FerraMonster KROMA. It's kind of like a gent's knife. It's a compact knife. I can almost fit it in the palm of my hands. Got some nice contour tie scales. Look at that nice micro milling right there that offers. When I say the perfect amount of traction, yeah, then you have gold. I'm guessing that's tie hardware with the NO on it. Hang your thumb studs. You have a milled tie pocket clip. It isn't reversible though, however. And the action on this thing, great. You have, looks like a slight clip point right there. Yeah, it looks like a clip point. Black wash blade, and something that I was excited to see. I think I mentioned it last time I reviewed one of the FerraMonsters. They use a lot of M390, and that's all I really saw from them. Maybe S35. This one right here is in LMAX. I like LMAX, especially if it's heat treated properly, and that's something that I've noticed with FerraMonster. They usually do a really good quality job with their heat treats, at least from all the testing I've done, all the sharpening I've done on all their knives. Super smooth action. Yeah, interesting one. Let me know what y'all think about that one. We got a budget knife from Trivisa. This is a Trivisa Sabretooth. You got smooth contour G10 on this one. You have a blade hole, great action. You have a drop point blade, 14C 28-inch steel. Deep carry and inset pocket clip that is reversible. Very smooth crossbar lock. There's no stop pin in the closed position that is going to get in the way of that edge, as you see there. I do wish we had a better sharpening choil because it's right there at the end of that edge. Cool little offering. Another one that came stupid sharp, and I've already started the testing on this one, and so far it's been doing great. Now I wanted to check this next one out since I saw it on my good buddy Neve's Knives channel, and that is the new Work Sharp RMX. And boy, they were right. You know, you hear them all say how light this thing is, and I even had to go let my wife hold this one. She was like, wow. That's because they're using, as you see there, an integral magnesium alloy frame. It's been coated, and I know some people in the comments are going to say magnesium has terrible corrosion resistance. But this is an alloy, and their workers carried one that wasn't coated at all for, I think, the last 2 years or a year or so. And they all look like they did whenever they gave them, besides the wear and tear from being in their pocket. This thing is cool on so many levels. First, this is their first design, and you can tell they put a lot of R&D into this knife. Because a lot of times when you see companies that their main focus are on one thing, like Work Sharp being sharpeners, and you hear them saying they're going to design a knife, I'm usually like, that's a terrible idea. You know, it's kind of like a NASCAR racer putting his name on a knife. You know, he had nothing to do with that knife. And that's usually the case of that. But this is their own design. So besides the unique, incredibly lightweight magnesium integral frame that also has a distal taper to it, which is super cool, and it should be great for ergos. Yeah, reversible deep carry clip. I like the way they did that right there. It looks like a stylistic little spot. Got a semi-decorative pivot, and they ship these out to you kind of like the Civivi Elementum button lock, where in the closed position it's locked, but you press the button and fling it. It's on bearings, and that's one way you can carry this, especially if you live in an area where you can't have an automatic. So it comes with 2 pivot setups. Right now I have the automatic pivot setup in there. If I wanted to make it a manual knife, I could take this pivot out, swap it to the other pivot that's on bearings, and carry it like that. But I prefer the automatic. I've carried this one every day since I've gotten it, especially in my basketball shorts the other day. I still didn't even feel this. Usually knives when I'm carrying my basketball shorts is slapping my leg. Not this one. This thing's doing a lot of cool things. I'm not going to go into detail because I'm going to do a full review and testing on this one. But right away, I was super excited to see. Look how thin that blade stock is. So it's going to be super slicey. It's got a full flat grind that comes down nice and thin. This one is in CPM 3V steel at 60 to 62 HRC, I think. And what I like the most about the geometry is the edge bevel. The ones in 3V are 15 degrees per side. That is fantastic, and I know this is going to be a great performer. I cannot wait to start testing on this one. There's other cool things about this one that I will address in the full review. Number 6, we have the Artisan Cutlery. Is it the Simon? I think it is. You got textured G10 scales, thumb studs for deployment, and this one has their Recall Lock V2 on it. So it's a crossbar lock that's connected to this fin right here. And that's what they did with the new Recall Lock. I decided to pick this one up. It looks like it would be comfortable, and it looked like it'd be a great slicer. And I'm thinking about doing some hard use testing to see what this Recall Lock can handle. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. RPM 9 steel, good jimping up top. You have a deep carry, reversible pocket clip, very smooth action. I call it a medium to large knife. If I don't do the hard use testing with this one, I've already started some hard use testing with the next one, and that one's coming from CJRB, and it's because it's a behemoth. That is the CJRB Tundra. It's got textured G10 scales, orange accents. I think you can also get it blacked out if I remember correctly. So this is like a new version of the Artisan Cutlery Proponent. This was a Dirk Pinkerton design, and this one was actually in the Artisan line. But when it comes to dimensions, it's got the same thickness as the Proponent, maybe a little bit slimmer, but very, very similar. You got the same blade stock thickness, close to the same size. Thumb studs, these are a little bit smaller, and I would say a little bit more comfortable. And this one has a flipper tab, just like this one does. So very comparable. You have that flipper tab, and you have those huge thumb lugs. Look how stout that is. This one has a drop point instead of the warning, and you see those stains right there? Well, this is in D2 steel, just like the Proponent. And the day after I got this one, and I was doing some testing, I was drinking a Monster energy drink, and it spilled all over the table, and I didn't realize some splashed on here, and that's just the stain from that. It's fairly comfortable. That massive pocket clip is reversible. Now let's see something. Yeah, it's got a good bit of tension to this clip because it's such a big knife, so I understand that, but there's no flat spot. It is sitting on top of that texture, it looks like. So that'll probably be a pocket destroyer. You do have some internal pocketing on those stainless steel liners, and from the looks of it, it looks like those stainless steel liners are the same thickness as the Proponent. This one also comes with the threaded steel pin, not as big as the Proponent one, but you know, you just screw that in there. And I'm going to do some hard stuff with the pin in and without it and see how that liner lock holds up. I think it's going to be pretty strong because they have a ton of tension on this liner lock, so it doesn't slide that away if you do some harder stuff with it. Do I think it would have been smart? Maybe if they would have made the liners just a little bit thicker. Yeah, but this was like a $70 knife, you know, and for that thick of a slab of D2, you know, I don't know. I'm fine with it. I just want to see what it can handle. D2 is a lot more impact resistant than people think. I've done some hard use testing with D2 and I've never really had any catastrophic failures with the steel itself. So I don't think I'll have any issues with this one. It came stupid sharp. I did some of the regular testing with it. And if y'all are interested in a hard use review of this, let me know and I will definitely let y'all see that content. Now, if any of y'all watched my top 10 Amazon knife video the other day, this one was my #1 pick, the Miguron Vakor. But, you know, I was kind of bummed because it has that stupid stop pin right there that contacts the blade about right here. So, you know, it'll be a while before you have to worry about that. But this one's so incredibly slicey because of that thin blade stock and thin grind that I was absolutely blown away. I liked it so much that I ordered a second one. Actually, I ordered two. I ordered the premium version too. Well, this one's a crossbar lock, and as you can see, it's tip up right hand carry only, unfortunately. Well, the new variation, I'm gonna call this the V2. As you can see, not only does it have the reversible clip, but on this one, they inset the clip as well. This one, it wasn't inset. But the thing I was wanting to see the most was stop pin placement. So I noticed right away, I said, oh no, they got a stop pin right there. But you look, see the difference on how much further they moved it up? And that makes a huge difference. So this one right here isn't contacting till right there. So by the time you get to there, I think this knife's gonna look pretty funny. And it may not even be an issue by then. So I'm much happier with that than this one, of course. Do I wish it wasn't there at all? Of course. But, you know, this is also, I think, a $44 knife. And I think for that, you're getting your money's worth, definitely. And yeah, I love this knife, especially for a stupid lightweight super slicer. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorites so far this year. Next, we have a Ameight knife, and that is the new Ameight Eymor. You have contour G10 texture there, very comfortable. You have a very versatile drop point because it's a nice low tip, very gradual belly, good jimping up top, 14C28N, gray PVD coating on this one. You have a deep carry inset pocket clip, however, it's tip up right hand carry. Not sure why they only do that, but they do. Flipping action's great. Great action. You kind of choke up, but it's more of an oversized sharpening choil. I call this a medium-sized knife. You know, comfortable on pretty much any grip that I hold this one in. Another well-priced knife for the money. So next we have the Nedfoss Ranger. It's got smooth green aluminum scales with carbon fiber inlays. This is kind of weird. We got a deep carry clip, and if you look on this side, that clip is inset into the aluminum, but it is kind of hiked up, so that makes sense. On this side, it just sits flush, but they did make it lefty friendly, which is great, being it is a crossbar lock. This one has a thumb disc. Great action. This definitely reminds me of one of the Trivisa designs and maybe like the Hogdeca. 14C28N. Very, very smooth action. The thumb discs are actually comfortable. This is not an adjustable crossbar lock, but if you look in there, they didn't put a stop pin in the closed position that you got to worry about. So that's always good. So yeah, just a affordable knife that I thought looked kind of interesting. Now this next one I'm probably the most excited about, and that is an EDC Fixed Blade Custom. So this right here is coming from Transparent Knives. You can see his logo right there. This beautiful leather sheath. I think this is a tailored by Cortez sheath, if I remember correctly. It's got the Alti clip. But if not, I apologize. I've been carrying this one lately, and man, oh man, it checks all the boxes for me. So it's a very compact EDC Fixed Blade. I can get 4 fingers on it rather easily. This one right here has a black linen micarta. The new drop that will be coming next, they will be in rich light with G10 liners on them. And if you missed out on this first drop and you're wanting to get in on this next drop, I'm going to do my review and testing before that drop, but he said mid-November drop. So stay tuned for that. But why I love transparent knives so much is because his knives are performance driven. Watch this grind. See how thin that is? He grinds them incredibly thin, so they're super, super slicey. This is a transparent knives Doodle, if I didn't say that already, and it's in CPM MagnaCut at 65.1 HRC. That's right, 65.1. And I already know this thing is going to perform great because I have one of his Demco 8020 reblades that's in MagnaCut at 65 point something HRC, and that thing is a performance monster. Look how thin that edge bevel is on it. Hopefully y'all can even see that. If I had to take a guess, it's probably at like 19 degrees per side, maybe somewhere in that area, and you can barely see the bevel. That just lets you know how thin it is. Look at that. It's like paper. They're not a dainty edge. Now, you're not going to want to do hard use stuff with it. That's not the purpose of this, but yeah, if you like a good slicey user, yeah, stay tuned for this review. We got one more folder and then we'll wrap it up. I reviewed the Kizer Original 2 recently and I liked it so much that I told y'all I picked up another one. This is the more affordable Micarta variant. They have even affordable Original 2 and D2. This one, very grippy Micarta, reversible, deep carry clip. Great action out of the box. This one has the hollow ground sheep's foot blade, 14C 28-inch steel, 2 functional rows of jimping. Let's see. Very smooth clutch lock on this one. If you don't know what the clutch lock is, it's an adjustable crossbar lock. You can increase and decrease the tension by the little holes they have on the liners, which 1, 2, 3. There's 5 adjustment holes on this knife. This one's pretty darn lightweight. Stainless steel liners have been pocketed out heavily in there. Yeah, great little knife. Well, here's another shot of all the knives. Any of these interest you, if they are available, they will all be linked down below in the description. If you have any questions in particular, feel free to ask me down below. And if you wouldn't mind, let me know which one of these you'd like to see a review on first. That always helps me out more than you'll ever know. All right, guys and girls, I hope y'all are having a fantastic day today. And remember, keep these blades sharp like this TacRay Tiran. Smile more.